Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. We are part 2 with Elfin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue where we left off.
Yes.
Which was very, very interesting.
Okay, Elfin. So just now my question was, us as parents, right? Especially, for me, I'm a young parent. My first one was born only about 6-7 years ago, right? And I feel that I have made a lot of mistakes, and it is a mistake that I am actually aware, because I myself have gone through how our tiger parents, tiger mom, tiger dads way of raising us has gone through, and we kind of do it with our children too, right? And you mentioned a lot about making sure the things that matter, they experience their best experience while they are doing the thing that matters. For example, like studying. If I have been a tiger parent, me and my wife have been a tiger parent to these children, to our children, right? How can we reverse this? Is there any way to do that?
Want to reverse the side effects?
Yeah, because we want the best for our child, right? But the thing is, we know that is not a good method to actually raise our children.
Right. At the end of the day, right, I think parents need to know we also want to stretch our child. Because we want them to at their best potential, right? The same thing like me. I also want my daughter to be at her best.
Yeah.
So, but we cannot force it.
Yes.
So, but we can nurture it.
Yeah.
We can make it into you must, first identify your child's strength and know that the child can do it. Because if let's say the child cannot, and you already done a lot and the child cannot, right? Then parent has to scale back your expectation. What I also share with parents before, when I see that the child is struggling a lot, I then need to, I call it moderate. I moderate parents' expectation. I got to tell the parents about, just an example, there's a parent who wants me to prepare a child for portfolio, art portfolio. I don't do portfolio.
Okay.
Not because I don't believe in it, but because I felt I do not want the child to stress, thinking that they need to prepare this because So I don't do portfolio.
Okay.
But I did help one of the boy.
Okay.
So because the boy has been with me for a while, and then and the mom was saying that I know maybe he can't, but I just want to give him a try. At least I can tell myself I give him a try already.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that. So I did help with the boy, but then with that, right? Because I know I'm not saying down on him. I know he cannot. So while I was preparing him, right, I tell him, and he's also eager at that point of time. Then I tell him, say, you just need to do your best. You really just need to do your best. Sometimes schools, when they look at certain things, they have other criteria too. We won't know what kind of criteria they're looking at, but you just need to do your best. And if I say it's not selected, it's okay, because at least you do your best now, right? So, and then we just continue doing the work. And true enough, he didn't get selected.
Okay.
So very interestingly, after he didn't get selected, he was so on when he doing the work, right? And after he didn't get selected, he totally just give up.
Oh.
So it's very obvious that it is not his passion. I always tell parents, if let's say you want to go for DSA, any form of DSA, you need to know that DSA, any of this area, it need to be the child's strength. The child really need to really want it. It cannot be because you want it. Because parent want it, and then parent think of all ways to let the child go in.
Okay.
That cannot happen, because you're going to make the child suffer when they really get into because we do have a lot of children in DSA program, and then they don't do well.
Okay.
So that is the thing. Okay, so talking about how to reverse, right? I think parents need to know where your child is at. Have you done your best and the child's best?
Okay.
If let's say the child is struggling a lot, then parent maybe need to pull back a little bit, give love. Because no matter where the child, no matter, how should I put it, whatever result they are at, if let's say they fail all subject, are you going to love less? You won't, you shouldn't. So the child need to feel that mommy and daddy will not love me less because I didn't do well. Because I failed. Because I didn't do as best as my friend. Will I become lesser? Will I get less treatment? Will I got less sweet? Will I be going out less because you don't want to be with me? Or like, will you talk bad about me or put me down because I am not as good as my whoever?
Okay.
So if the child has this feeling, parent, you have failed. You fail as a parent already.
Okay.
So I feel stretching child is no problem if the child is enjoying it. And we need to do your best to help your child enjoy. Enjoy so that they are while they are stretching, they know the child, once the child knows that the child knows if they are able to do it right, they will want to do even better.
Okay.
And then they will strive even harder because they think they can.
Okay.
But if the child feel that the child cannot and the child is having stress, then it's not ready. Then parents need to put down your expectation.
Okay.
In fact, be on your child's side to tell the child, say it's okay, you are doing your best already. And then also to talk to the teacher. You got to educate the tutor and the teachers. When your child is having stress, right, you got to be standing on your child's side. Say like, teacher, I know what I know what you're trying to do in helping my child. But I think how should I put it? I just give an example. Illustration is easier for me to explain.
Okay.
If one friend can write one page very quickly, just example, let's say they write their sentences, they can complete one page within 10 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour. But the child, within half an hour, can only write one sentence. Then the 100% of that one sentence is equal to the 100% of the one page.
Okay.
So it is not completing the one page is the 100%. It is what the child's ability.
Capable.
Within the 30 minutes, if there's one sentence, right, then the teacher got to stop. Say like, this one sentence is the child's homework.
Okay.
Not bringing home to complete your one whole page. What's the use? So that's where parents need to know the stress level of your child, understand where your child's at, then stand on your child's side to talk to your teacher.
Okay.
So I felt that is the reverse. Not the reverse part is not in like, how then do I reverse so that the child can do even better? The child will when they know that your parents are with you.
The parents are supporting them.
Correct.
Okay.
That is actually, I felt that is actually the reverse that parent got to do.
Okay.
Speaking about support, right? How can parents actually support the child's emotional well-being? Maybe through creative means. What can they do, or how can they support that?
Children, if the parent willing to spend time with the child, in what way? Dinner together, sit together with me when I'm studying, or like go and play with me, or bring me to somewhere. Like I always call date with your child. You need to go on a date with your child.
Okay.
Set aside time. If the child thinking that you think that it's your date, you bring the child out, just go downstairs and open a letterbox. It's a date. But the child feel like, I'm just going out with you. What's so special? But if let's say you say that, you bring your child, darling, let's go out, or I'm going to bring you, let's go and walk, and then we can just enjoy the walk together, and then go and open letterbox. It's a different story.
Okay.
So the intention, and the child would know that this is the time that is me and my dad, or me and my mommy.
Okay.
So that time is precious. Then the child will feel very special.
Okay, mommy time and daddy time.
Correct.
Okay.
So it did not be very long. Parents just be creative how to do it. So I feel that is the part that the emotional part that child will know that that parent loves me. Parent wants to be with me. I'm very special. That is important. So the emotional part need to be filled. Second thing is but child, having said that, right? If let's say you have 3, 4, 5, then it's so difficult because it's not enough time. So just be creative. Be it, take 2 together or split them, like, husband and wife. When you just bring all 4 to go NTUC, one go and coffee time or whatever. Just be a creative way.
Okay.
If
bring one to coffee, later the rest jealous.
So but the rest of them got to know that this is my special time with the child.
Okay.
They need to know that this is my time, and the child will feel that with the sibling say, this is my time with daddy or mommy. They cannot be hide.
Okay.
No hiding. You need to be like properly know that this is my time. Because I'm going to have with you another time. Something like this, So everybody will get their equal time with the parent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then another time, what I did was in my studio,
Yeah.
I actually encourage also parent and child bonding time. So there could be this time the child painting themselves, but then another week maybe the father wants to sit in together with the child.
Okay.
I actually allow parents to sit in.
So the father will also paint.
Yeah, be it paint together or just sit
Oh,
together.
really?
Yeah. So I allow that.
Okay.
And then if let's say if the child wants the parent to paint together,
Yeah.
but we ask permission first because sometimes child just want the parent just sit there,
Yeah.
just to be beside. But if let's say they want to paint together, the parent paint together. So and I got this child can see her face lit up when the father was there painting together with her. So these are the special time that that parent can do.
Okay,
To let the child feel, that you are with them. Yeah.
This one can really build bond.
Correct. And there are many ways to do it. So it's just how creative parents are. And it's difficult because parent has a lot of things in their hand already,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You got to work,
Yeah.
you have business to run, you have families, you have parents,
Yeah.
then you have so many children, let's
Yeah.
say. So priority law.
Okay.
So be it like once a week or be it once a month, make it consistent. And the child would be like looking forward my time with parent.
Okay.
Indeed, once the child knows it will be okay. Yeah. And need not to force it. Like need it to be like, every week thing. If let's say you're very tired, you already set the time and it's very tired, explain to the child. But don't make it become a habit that then the child kept getting disappointment.
Okay.
Then it will not be good as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So children are very forgiving, but parents need to communicate clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I am guilty of that, because like we are a startup, right? And we are still grinding mode. So cannot spend time with the
I
children.
know that's why that's the pain that I went through, right?
Yeah. So I do feel bad but I am trying to improve myself to make sure that I can at least spend some quality times here and there.
Yeah.
Because like right now, my mindset is maybe twice a year we go on a holiday. Then that is my time with them. But
Not enough.
I know I know it's not enough.
Yeah. Don't forget you also have to nurture your wife.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, right, because we have so much things on our plate, we put in schedule, like be it once a month thing. Because if cannot do every week, then do it once a month and keep it.
Okay. I mean, just now we go back about the students that you have, because just now you were talking about a lot of things that they can do with their art. But is there any maybe you can share a bit of a story about how students or your students actually benefit from your program?
Growth Art program.
The Growth Art program.
Yeah. Okay, because just now I talk a lot about the
what they can do,
arts, right?
but for them personally, what can they actually benefit from the Growth Art program?
Okay, as I said, not all children need my Growth Art program, right? Only those that parents has issue with their child and the child is really going through things that need help.
Yeah.
So let me just share an example of this boy, Malay family, broken family.
Okay.
And then the boy, he himself was an autistic child.
Okay.
So when the parent raised him up, because they cannot handle him, so they do a lot of things that is not correct like because autistic child, they don't know how to express, and then instead of expressing, he would cry, right? So when he melt down, the parents what the parent did was actually will lock him in the storeroom, switch off the light, and turn on ghost music
Oh,
to silence him.
wow.
That's not good at all.
I mean, I've gone through that, but I never had the ghost sound. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Misguided. Yeah, misguided. So the boy grew up with this kind of trauma. And then as he grew older, because he's an autistic boy, but I think he's quite intelligent.
Okay.
He can communicate. But he's still autistic. So when he grew up, that time when I see him, he's already he's 15 years old.
Okay.
But he always had this anger issue. When I realized this thing that has happened to him, I understand where his anger come from.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
His anger come from what he went through as a child, right? So that one of the event that happened was he was trying to protect the mom with the younger brother irritating the family or the mother. So he was trying to help the mother to handle the boy, handle the brother, end up bash him. So severely to the point where the neighbors come and check on them.
Okay.
That's how severe it is, right? And he was so angry because he used the chair to bash the brother, and he feels so guilty. He dashed out of his house and stayed in the bus stop for 2 hours because he was so guilty.
Yeah.
So a few days later, he come and see me, telling me what happened, and then and that's when I share with him, because I know the boy. He's a he's an awesome boy, like he's very kind boy, and he loves his mom. Very helpful in the family one. So after when he went through all this, I was asking how he felt. Then I share with him. I says, you are going to grow older, because he's already 15. He's going to be stronger as a boy. I say you're going to grow stronger. You're going to grow older. And if let's say you don't control this anger of yours, this outburst, right? Can you imagine what's going to happen? I say 2 things. I already can imagine. Someone is going to get killed. Someone is going to go jail. Do you want that to happen? He was very quiet. And then I says, you are a very awesome boy. I say you are such a great student, a great son. And your mom is very proud of you, how you have been always initiate to help out at home. So I assure him of his good character, and he really is. Then, so then after that, I tell him, say like, you are, people around you need to feel safe. Your mom need to feel safe with you. Your siblings need to feel safe with you. Your future wife need to feel safe with you. Your future children need to feel safe with you. It starts with you now, of learning how to self-control of this that you had feeling. I know what happened to you when you're young because of what was done to you before. And I need you to do one thing. Forgive your dad of the things, or even forgive your mom of the things that they did to you when you were young. They do not know what they were doing. Maybe they were like misguided as a parent and they do the wrong thing. So when I ask you to forgive, I'm not asking you to forgive them for them. I ask you to forgive them for you. In your heart, you just decide in your heart that you forgive your dad, you forgive your mom, and know that they are just trying to be their best, trying to be their as a best parent, but they didn't do it the right way. But you're willing to forgive them. Then after that, I teach him self-control, self-managed skills. So what I did was, one of the techniques that we did was, I asked him, say, the volume knot, the volume 1 to 5. I say the 0 to 5, right? 0 is that you're no longer angry, or 1, where your anger is still not too angry, and 5 is very, very angry.
Yeah.
So I asked him to identify the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what it would be the level be in his anger. And then I get him to hold my hand, to grip my hand. What is level 5, level 1, level 5, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. So he can know how to control. But before I do this, right, I ask him to visualize something. I say visualize a dog. Let's say there's a dog on your hand. And now I want you to close your hand, close your eye, to imagine to move this dog around your body. So I ask him to imagine this dog right now move up your hand to your shoulder, and then it move across to the other shoulder. And this dog now move down to the other hand. I say, did the dog move? He said, yes. I said, exactly. You are able to control. So then I teach him the control of the anger, that he can do it. So we practice the 5, the 4, the 3, to 1, and he was able to do it. I said, every time when you're angry, I want you to pause and then remember this, bringing down your anger knot from 5 to 1. Okay. So that you're able to self-control. So that's when I teach him the self-control part, forgiveness, that he can actually manipulate. He's actually able to control it by, the dog can manipulate, right? He can control his mind. And then also how people need to feel safe around him for his sake, for the people around him, for his future wife and children, his mom, his siblings. he understands because he's already 15. And then and he's lots more calmer, and so that's what so that's the part that happens. So with him is him, and then because I also need to give him the surrounding support, right?
Yes.
And what I did was I talked to the mom. I explained to him, said, I'm going to share with your mom all these things, and then what will be helpful to you?
Okay.
I say, what will help you when you're angry? I asked him. Then he says, when I'm angry, it's better that when I stay inside my room. He said that. I said, that's good. Okay, you do that. You stay in your room. Then he says, but sometimes my sister will insist that I need to come out. That come out to settle the things that is whatever happened at home. Then I say, okay, I understand now. I said, I'm going to talk to your mom, and so that she will talk to your sister. When you're angry, let you stay in your room. That don't insist for you to come out. He said, okay for you. He said, yeah. So that's when I give him the support that way, that I let the mom understand what he need. And then I let the mom say that you need to talk to your daughter. You and your daughter got to be the strength. Cannot because the boy is not ready. He's autistic boy. He's trying his best. He cannot be the man in the house when the dad is not around, right? Cannot force him to be the man in the house. Want him to grow up so fast. He cannot. He's not ready. So I say the mother and the sister, the older sister, need to be the pet team. To handle things. When the boy, when he grow older, he can handle. He will. But now he's not. So give him the space. So with that, the mom appreciate like at least now the mom know, and now know how to talk to the sister as well, because the sister is the one who is like
aggravate him.
Like 老大姐, we say called the big sister, right? 老大姐, right? This is sort of like insisting that he need to solve the problem because he's the man in the house. So I need to have them understand, so I can give them the support, give him the support at home as well. So with that, this is what I do in my practical counselling. Understand the child, understand the problem, see the whole situation as a holistic way, then give the child, empower the child, give the child affirmation, then talk to the parent so that we are on the same team to give the child the support. So it's a lot of hard work and hard work in my growth up program. I really feel it's. I really feel very powerful.
It is really powerful because these are the things that parents definitely won't be able to identify, because if they have identified, then I think the child also won't really turn out that way, right?
Exactly.
Wow, it is really powerful. Do you have anything you want to ask?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Just now you said that you were scared.
No. I was sad when I heard that. It was very sad.
Exactly.
It was like teary eye already.
Me too. When the boy was sitting in front of me, when I hear this thing, right? Wow, my heart sank. My heart really sank.
Because it kind of like felt very personal to me, because I've worked with like students in the spectrum. And sometimes they really cannot control their emotions, and they just go through that meltdown.
Yes.
And as educators, right, then they really need to know how to counter that and make them feel good about it, better about it. And then they will calm down after that.
Exactly. So there's a lot of misunderstanding. Like the problem with children when they have autistic or ADHD and then they are in mainstream school, right? It's very challenging for them.
Yes.
Firstly, because it's already the big group. They cannot handle.
Correct.
The child cannot handle the big group. And then people cannot understand them of their odd behavior. And then the teacher feeling like the child is, some is defiant. Then the teacher will feel like the child is very defiant, very rude. Then the teacher will react. And the teacher don't react, because if you don't react, other people will follow. So it's challenging. But there's a lot of misunderstanding.
Usually most of the time it's just because they are highly overwhelmed.
Exactly. So the teacher need to like give them space. So I felt like if I say a teacher who is smart enough to handle this, right, they will actually allow the child, when the child want to roam, allow the child to roam. And then prepare the class and the friend to understand when the child is doing that, let him. So that the children around can have a more compassionate heart to know that when he's doing this, it doesn't give me permission to follow. You know, that he just need that space. So teach the children understanding.
Just now before the show, you mentioned about you starting or you writing a book, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you are releasing the book very soon. When will the book be released?
It will likely be end August or September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can you share a bit about the inspiration behind deciding to write this book?
Right. My start studio this is my second year start studio.
Okay.
So for the past 1 year of helping children, and then I saw already how important it is to help the child.
Yeah.
Like, bring them, basically let them to be confident, to thrive and do well, to be resilient. Not so like the growth mindset is so important that they won't like because of one defeat, that's it, life ends.
Yes.
I want the child to be resilient so that they can bounce out again.
Yeah.
And then what happened is I watched the movie last year, Joker.
Okay.
The movie Joker, in the beginning, I was very confused. What's happening? But then I went to read some review, and I got a deeper understanding of the movie.
Okay.
And as I watched the movie, right, it was so disturbing, very, very disturbing. And how the character was going through so much of turmoil, of the pain. The pain of him, the abuse that he went through, and he has a lot they couldn't forgive.
Yeah.
A lot of anger. He just basically a lot of anger to a point where he actually killed his own mom, right? Because he had so much anger. Yeah. And then, so when he was growing up, he has this split personality.
Yeah.
Like he was a joker, but then he was so much of turmoil inside him. And to a point where like he's in the court case, in the court that time, there's this split time all the while. There's always this split thing, right? So confusing, right? But it was because he's showing his anger and yet showing his kind side. So there's this, back and forth, right? And then it was very disturbing to me. And after the movie, right, I was writing a reflection about so important to grow. What's it called? Grow a strong child. And instead of mending a broken adult.
Yeah.
So like to help grow a child to be so strong. So my goal right now is like when I have a child who is going through certain things, I want to help them overcome so that they don't feel they don't feel broken. They don't feel that they are going to have this in their heart all the while. Like releasing the knots, releasing the wounds, releasing the pain, so that they can recover and they can just go and be okay again.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always wanted to do when any children that comes to me, that I want to able to help them overcome the struggles that they had. Be it like the girl who is like exams, parents spend $2,000 of tuition and result is still poor. And when she come to me, she was so, she's so defeated. The posture is so defeated. And then she would just say like, why can't I just change?
Yeah.
That's her first statement when she see me. Wow, it's so painful. So that is the part, like, because she's so defeated. And then as I go through with her, right, I share with her about understanding sometimes schools purposely make things difficult for children, make the subject topic a bit harder, thinking that they can prepare you better.
Okay.
And then I also get her to understand, when was it that she started to feel she was weak?
Yeah.
And realize as I go deeper, right, her foundation was weak.
Okay.
And she says since primary 3, she already feels she could not do well in her study. Because she's a very good student before, but primary 3 and results start to crack.
Yeah,
then primary 4 declined. Then primary 4 getting worse, and primary 5 was very bad. So she was saying like it's sort of started 2 years ago.
Okay.
So that's when I tell her, I say like, in this school holiday, that time, you are just going to spend your school holiday focus on the foundation.
Yeah.
Because no point keep chasing curriculum already.
Yeah.
And then I said, I will talk to your mom. I will let her understand. I will do my best to let her understand. And then, and also for her to explain to your tutor, no more chasing the curriculum, just strengthen primary 3, primary 4 foundation.
Yeah.
And that's what they did, lor. I'm just so happy. The mom trusts me, and the mom really follow. I also go through with the child about how her holiday schedule to be like, how what she agreed to do.
Okay.
Anyway, these are some preparation work in terms of practical counseling, in terms of looking at things in a holistic way. I'm so glad that we went through that. And then by this thing over, right, January when she came and see me, she was lots more cheerful. And then she was telling me, say that she's put right now in the foundation class because of her weak. She was very weak before, right? So they put in the foundation class. And very interesting because the class of just 6 students. And she said, I'm like the best in the class now. She said that, I'm like the best in the class now. Then I tell her, wow, I'm so proud of you. Then I tell her, say that, remember the story they told me about a nasty friend who was nasty friend, right? Then I say, remember I told you that thing happened to you was good because you identify what kind of friends are high and by friends that don't need to be close. But now I want you to go and find your best friend. Friends, and who can be your best friend? You be the best friend to them first. So I say you go and find friends who are still weak in their study. You be their little teacher. You go and find your best friend. So and she did. She was really the best. She was really a little teacher to all these friends. Then 2 weeks later, when she come and see me, right, she's so happy, right? Then I tell her, I was also telling her that, because you are building on your foundation, but curriculum has continued. So you are going to feel stretched. You're going to feel maybe, you're going to feel like, like maybe a bit harder in time to come. But what you need to do is just continue working on things that you do not know. Keep working on it, looking at it until you feel that I call that the aha moment. That means you look at the subject, you work on it, don't give up until you feel that aha moment, which means you understand already. I ask her to work on those things, those topics until that manner, like ask teachers, ask tutor, until she get the aha moment.
So these are all the anecdotes that will be inside your book?
Yes.
Yes,
interesting.
Yeah. So this book is where because of the movie and then what I help the children, and it comes down to I wanted parents. This is a parenting book.
Yes.
The book whereby when parents sees all these problems that the children go through, which is what I just described, right? And I got 10 stories there, and parents can relate. And to pause first, reflect on while the child is going through all those things, right? Instead of coming across in a self-righteous way or judgmental way and start scolding your children, you stupid lah, or like, you're not working hard lah, you play too much lah, whatever thing, a lot of self-righteous things, right? Pause. And then to think back, were you that before? Has this happened to you before? Because when you come from that point, you will have a better understanding and more compassionate, more empathy towards your child. That what they went through is actually quite normal because you went through that yourself. You identify it, and we can identify. Maybe your parents were very strict with you. Your parents demand a lot from you, and you were also drowning. So when we identify that, parents can then correct them or give support on
certain.
And maybe talk to them right now in a better tone. Or like or scale back expectation, whatever way. But the pause, reflect, and then talk to your child from the point of view of understanding, not from a part of judgmental, self-righteous. Then with that, the child will feel supported, and the child will be all right. So at the end of the day, children, they are happy-go-lucky one. If we allow them, if we allow that child to continue to be happy-go-lucky. But when we add stress, we add burden, the child, you can see them dimming in their joy. That is the sign that parents need to really correct their parenting.
Okay, Elfin, on behalf of the parents, listeners who are parents, if they, I don't know, maybe want to send their child to your arts class, but they are not ready to commit because they don't know if this is something. Is there something that you have for them?
Like a trial class or something?
We actually have a trial class. So parents can sign up for the trial class, which is only $38 to try our painting.
Really?
Yes, for our painting class. But the $38 is just painting because it's the first time. Whereas for parents who do growth art program, then they will have to share with me more the things that the child is going through. Because in order to come on board my growth art program, I need parents to be come on board fully with me. If the parent thinking that, this is my child problem, you settle. then no, my program is not for that kind of parents.
Okay.
My program need to be parents who are vested, who are interested, to really want to see their child grow.
Okay.
So parent has to want to be on the side with me and share with me things that is going through, so that when I have a clear pictures, I can holistically help both sides, help the child and help the parents. But the child class is for painting because it's the therapeutic art.
Yes.
So when they come for therapeutic art, experience the painting, then I also be giving parent we call growth profile.
Okay.
This report is very helpful if the parents see it, because I will be able to from there to help parent understand the child's character, child's strength, child weakness, and also in what area that best support the child. How can parent then communicate with the child?
Okay.
So that report is a short report but very helpful. In fact, I tell parents that this report, right, you can keep with you. That means every few months, you just take the report and read again. You will gain insight.
Yeah, they can review themselves and then
Exactly.
they know what to take action.
Exactly,
Okay.
because the child character is the character.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can just review again, maybe a year later, review again.
Because
and
it's also
see what
always
approach-
evolving, right?
Correct. And I see what approach that's done. Maybe this area that you've done right or correct. Or like maybe this area the child can be nurtured in. So these are the things, the checkpoint the parent can do. And this growth report is free as part of the at this moment part of the trial class.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we probably have 2 more questions before we end. I got one question for you. I think Amir is gonna throw you the bonus question that we ask all the guests.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question to you is, because you've done so many things, and I think like you shared like a lot of these successes with you with us, right? What is success to you?
Success to me. On the personal life, success to me, because I'm not young already. I think success to me is I'm grateful that I can right now is like the ikigai zone. That I'm using all my strength and I'm enjoying it. And
Ikigai zone already.
And I'm seeing what I'm working, really helping family and children.
Okay.
This is also like my business. I feel lots of joy in it. And to think that my dream of wanting my book is coming out, and then I have so much dream of like even coming up with parenting, maybe a audio program, a community supporting more parents.
Okay.
So I think this to me is like, wow, I think I'm going to live my life in a very full way.
Okay.
So I feel that it's success to me.
Wow.
But not talking about relationship, talking about everything. Of course,
Yeah,
my
of
daughter is adult already, so and she's doing well.
Okay.
So that
That's
is the
good.
part that I feel very happy about now. Yeah.
The last question, this is a bonus question we always ask all our guests. If you are left with nothing but $88 in your bank account, how would you build yourself back up, whether in terms of running a business or pursuing that dream to eventually be who you are actually today?
Wow, $88.
Yeah, $88 only.
$88 only.
No business, no job.
At the moment,
Nothing.
Yeah.
So how can you grow the $88?
I'm going to grow my $88. But I can still use my skill lah.
Of course.
Yes. You have your skills. It's just you don't
Yeah.
have. You
Yeah.
don't have your business. Only $88.
Right.
You have your skills. You also have your network.
Yeah. I'll probably just be offering my services then to parents, let them know that I actually able to do this for
Okay.
your children. And start earning from there lor.
Actually, I knew it already. I knew your answer.
And also, don't need to touch the $88 lah.
Yeah. It probably be my expenses to last as long as possible. Be thrifty in terms of expenses. Why? I'm not. I don't need much. Yeah, but I think it should be able to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the answer? You find it acceptable or not? Okay. Okay. I think we want to thank you so much, Elfin,
Yes,
for
Elfin.
being here, for gracing the studio, for sharing with us all the different stories and anecdotes from
Your own
My
students.
pleasure.
your own experiences. Yeah. I think we learned quite a lot. There's plenty of golden nuggets for the listeners as well.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and to the audience, thank you for tuning tuning in all the way from part 1 all the way to part 3. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.